The next speaker is Mr. Satish Chandra Omar. He is a civil engineer from IIT Roorkee who joined MES in 1986, presently working as Director Designs at HQ in Udhampur. His research interests include contract management, public management, policy issues, green buildings, energy conservation, sustainable development. I request Shri Satish to make his presentation, please.
Good morning, everyone. My topic is Contract Management Reforms in MES, Recommendations on Basis of Research Study. I'll make the presentation like first introduction, objectives of the research study, problems in MES contracts, best practices, recommendations for reforms in contract management in MES. Introduction. In MES or in any infrastructure development, contracts are very important part. And especially government contracts have got unique features because of the constitutional provisions. They are public auctions. They are important part of government supply chain and main instrument of public procurement by the government. Public procurement is around 30% of the GDP, that is, at present it is 125 lakh crores. And almost 50% of your budget, whether in big ministries like ministry, railways, it goes into public procurement. Now it is balancing of three concerns. Maximize satisfaction to the public by providing quality products and services. Maximize opportunities for growth of private sector and efficient spending of government money. Another gray area is that public procurement is most vulnerable to malpractices or corruption. Now, public procurement contracts. These are the instruments which enable government to deliver promised goods and services to its citizens. Achievement of developmental goals depends to a great extent on the effectiveness and efficiency of our public procurement contract management system. It is a means of attaining national objective and social outcomes like development, indigenization, self-reliance, protection, anything government conceives, whether it's metro, whether it's national highways, everything is done through contract. Even the ISRO project, Mangalyaan, anything is all results of the contracts. Any wastage of or loss of taxpayers' money in public contracts due to inefficient processes and policies, corruptions, fuels public anger, especially in the age of increased availability of information, along with demand for greater transparency, equity, and fairness. You see, we are living in a different era of RTI and transparency through internet and everything. Now, finally, principles underlying government contracts. It has to be reasonableness, public interest should be served, equality, non-arbitrariness, contractual liability of the government, complying with the constitutional provisions. And lastly, these contracts are like any other contract between two private parties, except above. Now I come to second part. What were the objectives of this research study? Most of the people present here belong to MES and they are well aware of the problems. Now, the objective was what policy process gap exists in the existing contract management system of MES and how these gaps are affecting our effectiveness and image as an organization. And what are the possible solutions to address these gaps at departmental level and at government level. To achieve this research aim, this research questionnaire was prepared. It was administered through email and internet, and a lot of responses were received from officers, and a lot of analysis was done based on interviews also. Research study was done in last year, and it was done in the MDI. And complete data and detailed research report is available online. Now I come to the basic main issues. What are the problems in MES contracts? Let's take projects. We are not able to satisfy our customers, our clients. There are delays, there are poor quality, customers' requirements are not met. Our buildings are not, very few buildings, Manisha of course is one part, but most of our buildings are not able to delight the customer. Maintenance services, delays, non-attendance of complaints, service quality. You can ask your family members who are residing in the government quarters. They will tell you that any problem is there, they have to keep on waiting and waiting. If the bathroom is to be repaired, they will have to wait. Contract is not there, supplies are not there. Delays in finalization of bills and star rates, everybody knows. Disputes in interpretation of contracts. Off-street procedures, contract conditions without application of mind. We are living today in the era of IT transparency, and our contract system are more than 60 years old. Late or slow to adopt new technology like e-tendering, EMB, ERAR, e-payments, web portals. Unable to kick-start the maintenance type works. Works are sanctioned by the station authorities, by the users, the client. MES takes its own time. They say, when you are going to start the work? This is one of the big problems. Repetitive tendering, excessive paperwork in the area of this present era of IT. Ineffective contract TCs and percentage contracts. One-sided contract, departmental errors, poor horizontal learning. You can go through. So these are the problems areas of this thing. Now, what are the best practices which I studied was that one was the software developed by Tech Mahindra, MP State Water Resources Department, CPW and FIDIC. Now, I'll very quickly go through. In MP State, this software developed by Tech Mahindra, everything has been made on the portal. Even your RAR, your bills are, your MBs are on the net. This is their website, you can go through. This is an example of the online RAR. Innovation in CPWD contract system. Introduction of performance guarantee. Then letter of intent. So they have done their innovation, but MES has failed to do it. Now, FIDIC, this is the international practices. We have been unable to adopt the best things from them. Okay, now I come to the recommendations. First is that for maintenance, TCs and percentage rate contracts have to be made reformed, and all the encumbrances which are there in the part as a part of 2249, they have to be removed. Complete chapter 6 of RMS have to be redrafted, taking the present reality of electronic communication. Work order power to be increased, condition 4A of 2249 to be amended. Repetitive tender by Gs to be restricted to maximum 2 per year, per type of. Establishment of online portal. Non-employment of site engineers. We are not able to recover the money from that. Why? What are the vested interests working? Why star rates are taking so much time to finalize? TC type E&M contracts. Contract management e-portal. Role of zonal chief engineer in maintenance services. It's a dilemma every zonal chief engineer is facing. Amendment to omit and add back due. This has, of course, recently been amended. This was recommended by me. Service level agreement for maintenance contract. Why we are not doing? Why, if the user is affected because of delay of the maintenance contract, why we are not penalizing the contracts? FIDIC contract conditions. Defect liability period to be increased. Lump sum contract. Our compensation system has to be more liberalized. It has to be made less stringent. So finally, this recommendations at government level. We have to do away with the system of the registration of contractors by MES, Railways, CPW. There has to be one central agency regulatory body. Then removal of artificial barriers. Why is other departments contractors should not be able to come to MES? So these are the recommendations we have to implement if we want to make MES a world-class organization. Thank you.